1886, Heinrich Hertz discovered radio waves. He found the waves could detach from wires. This allowed wireless telegraph in 1895. Radio waves were a relatively late discovery. Wired telegraph was invented in 1837. Light waves have been discovered in 1665. Radio waves are part of the electromagnetic spectrum that also includes gamma rays, X-rays, ultraviolet lights, visible light, infrared, and microwaves. Combining data or voice with a radio frequency signal is called modulation. A signal that has no information is unmodulated. The normal signal modulations in amateur radio are AM, SSB for single sideband, FM, CW, and digital. First, AM. All radio transmission was originally AM, which stands for amplitude modulation, which varies the power of the signal to add sound and speech information. AM requires more power and is susceptible to overload. This graph shows the wide bandwidth necessary for an AM signal. The carrier in the center has no information. The upper sideband, the USB, and lower sideband, LSB, have duplicate and wasted information. SSB is single sideband. It eliminates the carrier wave and one of the duplicate sides of the information bands. No information is lost, and SSB results in less bandwidth use and less power necessary than AM or FM. SSB is often used by amateur radio operators for long-distance contacts. This illustration shows that only one sideband is sent from the transmitter, and this is all that's necessary to relay the information, requiring far less bandwidth and power. FM is frequency modulation. In FM, the frequency of the signal is varied slightly to deliver sounds and information. FM commercial broadcasting is allowed on the VHF band. Radio waves in VHF travel by line of sight, meaning the visual horizon. Line of sight is often only about 30 miles and can be blocked by hills. It is less susceptible to radio interference and static than AM, as shown in this illustration, has a higher bandwidth than AM, but the frequency is less vulnerable to noise than AM or the amplitude. The higher bandwidth allows more information to be sent. CW, continuous wave, is the original modulation. It is used for Morse code. A continuous radio wave transmission is simply turned on and off. The modulation only occurs at the receiver so that their dots and dashes can be heard.